Hi, T. Carlson here, and today we're going to be looking at a box set of some great music documentaries from the past that actually got reissued a few years ago. What we're looking at today is the Decline of Western Civilization collection. These movies were directed by Penelope Spheris. She, of course, would later be known for directing narrative films that include the original Wayne's World movie from 1992. But these documentaries, I would argue, are her best work and contribution to the world of pop culture. I'm going to unbox this release, share some thoughts on the movies, and let you know if I recommend the set. Here's the front cover. This reissued set came out in 2015. I don't even know if this is still in print or not. It was released by Shout Factory, but I'd only done a written review for this in the past. I haven't done an actual video review yet. On the back, you got some quotes there, descriptions of the movies, some great pics from the movies themselves, list of the special features. This does include a booklet and a special features disc, as well as some features on the movie discs themselves. There's the bottom of the box with all the legalese and so forth. Now let's see what we get in here. First of all, we got this booklet, which is very cool. And of course, this has info from all the movies, some screen caps and so forth. It is pretty impressive, the variety of people they got to be in this movie. Or movies, rather. And of course, this explores many years and many different styles of music, and of course, the people who lived them. And then it comes with an exclusive bonus disc that you can only get in this set. If you look on the back, here's a list of the features that are included here in this little slimmer case. And then I take the disc off here, and you've actually got a great shot from Decline 3 with all the gutter punks together. That looks very nice. But yeah, the bonus features that are listed on here are additional Decline 2 extended interviews, London, Megadeth, Odin, Poison, Bill Gazzari, and Mega Crowd 87, Decline 1 news report, Decline 2 cruising the strip, Decline 3 panel, Taun Mastery interviews Penelope Spheris, Los Angeles County Museum of Art panel, Decline 2, Mark Toscano interviews Penelope Spheris, Nader DePriest and Lizzie Gray interview, theatrical trailer for Penelope Spheris' Suburbia. And now we're moving on to the actual movie discs themselves. We might as well begin at the beginning with The Decline of Western Civilization, the original film. I love this artwork there. Darby Crash from The Germs, prominently featured on the poster and the cover of this release, actually died before the movie came out, although the images in question were chosen prior to his passing. There's the spine text. Back cover. We open this up, pull off the disc. Here's the disc itself. Pretty basic, but looks very nice. Inside, we've got just a look at crowded, crazy streets, which really conveys the mood of this film. The theatrical trailer for this movie famously used the tagline, "See it in a theater where you can't get hurt." And that sums up what you'll get in this movie. It revolves around early punk pioneers in this whole American Revolution that was taking place at the time. Groups like X, Circle Jerks, Germs, Black Flag, Fear, Catholic Discipline, Alice Bag Band. Many of those names are instantly going to come to mind as classic groups. Many of them you're going to be like, who? And that's about how I felt when I first watched the movie. But it's so gritty and disturbing. You get all this raw footage from the venues, interviews with the bands and people close to them, a look at their lifestyles, people being interviewed, asking what punk rock means to them, where it came from, what it is. I adore this movie. The first movie's my favorite out of the set, just because it so beautifully covers that movement of music. When this movie actually came out, a lot of people were accusing Penelope Spheris of copying MTV with her visual style, when in actuality this movie was filmed before MTV was even a thing, so it's actually the other way around, with MTV having copied her style. Fantastic movie. Again, my favorite one of the bunch. Bonus features on the disc for the first film, in addition to new 2K scans of the original film. There's never before seen footage with interviews and performances. There's an audio commentary with Penelope Spheris and additional commentary with Dave Grohl, of course, famed for his role in Nirvana and the Foo Fighters. Moving on down the list, we now take a look at The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. Legendary metal documentary for bands of the genre. Here's the back cover. We open this up, take a look inside. You got these hands in the audience with their heavy metal horns thrown up. Here's the disc for Decline 2. Decline of Western Civilization Part 2 looks more at the 80s glam and sleaze scenes with bands like, Faster Pussycat, Lizzie Borden, London, Odin, and then also groups like, Megadeth, Seduce, one of the lesser-known ones that's in the movie. But then it also features appearances from some of the veterans of classic hard rock like, Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Poison, and even members of Kiss, Aerosmith, and Motorhead. This documentary really broke down what it was like on the scene back then. Great musical performances as well as interviews and a look at this lifestyle, not only from the musicians but the fans as well, including a lot of people. You really have to be curious about the whole "where are they now" scenario if some of these people are even still alive. I'm glad to see that many of these artists are in fact still alive and still making music. Many of the people that appear in this movie actually now live in Las Vegas, including Nader DePriest from London, Jeff Young from Megadeth, Jeff Duncan from Odin, who of course nowadays is better known for being an Armored Saint, and then of course Lizzie Borden and Brent Muscat of Faster Pussycat, who I used to go see all the time out here in Vegas with a band called the Sin City Sinners. For bonus material on Decline 2, you get, in addition to the new 2K scan of the original film, Ton Mastery interviews Penelope Spheris, never-before-seen footage and interviews, audio commentary by Nader DePriest and Penelope Spheris. Like I said, Nader lives out here in Vegas now, so it's interesting to hear him talk about that stuff as well as how a lot of those old glam rock guys from back in the day ended up here in Vegas. And the last and least known film of the bunch is The Decline of Western Civilization Part 3. I didn't even know there was a Part 3 until I purchased this particular set. Back cover there with some more quotations, descriptions, photos. And the bands featured here: Final Conflict, Naked Aggression, Litmus Green, and The Resistance. Honestly, I'm not familiar with any of those bands, which goes to show how this is more of an obscurity than the other movies that are featured in here. Here's the disc for Decline 3. And we look inside the slipcover, and you got the gutter punks going about their day. Yeah. In the mid-'80s, Penelope Spheris directed a film called Suburbia that was a narrative movie dealing with the lifestyle of gutter punks. Decline 3 is like the real-life documentary version of that. We see a lot of homeless teens going about their lives, rocking out, doing what's necessary to get money and survive. It's pretty gritty and dark at times. There's a little less emphasis on the music this time around and more on the lifestyle, which is going to be good for some and less good for others. But overall, I still think this is a good film that's worth looking at. For bonus features on Decline 3, we get some never-before-seen footage and interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and an extended interview with Flea, of course famed for being in Red Hot Chili Peppers. And prior to that, he was actually in the film Suburbia, which Penelope Spheris directed, although he was credited as Mike B. the Flea at the time. Like I said before, I don't know if this set is still in print, but these are great rock, metal, punk documentaries, an excellent look into a bygone lifestyle of a bygone age. Penelope Spheris is one of the absolute best at what she does, and although she'd later go on to Hollywood movies and certainly have more mainstream success with those, I still remain confident that these are her greatest contribution to the world of music and popular culture. Are you a fan of the Decline of Western Civilization films? What's your favorite one, and have you picked up this set? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.